Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review, I'm going to be reviewing another THC infused seltzer beverage. This drink is by Tune, which is a collaboration effort between Cortland-based CBD company Head and Heel, as well as Saranac Brewing Company. This drink is sold under the company Florist Farms, and I've tried one of the Tune drinks before. I actually like the flavor a lot. I mean, I think if I was going to say what kind of seltzer drinker I am, I would consider myself part of the Tune Squad. And with that joke out of the way, let's learn about this beverage, because if you go to their seltzer website, it has a little MySpace-inspired profile for the drink. This drink profile says, "Look, I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but if you like the sweet in the sour, and the sour in the sweet, like a yin and yang of flavor, then we'll be fast pals. Some moments with me will be sweet, some moments will be sour, but never too far in either direction. I like sweet and sour chicken, berries, citrus fruit, electropop, I also like electropop, Sour Patch Kids, keeping things balanced. I dislike love ballads, hair metal, anything overly sweet or sentimental from the 80s, or the 80s in general." So now we've learned a bit about this can. Let's see what's actually in the can, and let's see what's in this drink. And when I do that, I'm also going to compare it to its rival, Heirloom. Not its rival other flavors, but another rival THC-infused seltzer company. So with the nutrition, you are getting 20 calories, 5 grams of carbohydrates. You're getting 5 total sugar, with an included 2 added sugars. I don't know why it just doesn't say 7 total sugar if it includes more. The ingredients of this drink are carbonated water, raspberry fruit concentrate, lime juice concentrate, wildflower honey, natural raspberry flavor, natural lime flavor, and cannabis extract. The extraction method is ethanol, and this contains 4% juice. So let's compare this to its rival, Heirloom, and let's see what the difference in the ingredients are. So with the Tune, you are getting 5 less calories. You are getting the same amount of carbohydrates with 1 added sugar, but also 2 additional sugars. So you're getting 3 more grams of sugar. This drink also does contain juice, where Heirloom, I believe, does not. And this drink on the can does not show the fast-acting THC logo. Well, edible logo, I should say. So let's see what the can looks like. Hold this up for you to see. Just says 10 milligrams in a purplish color. It says Tune, showing space. This is going to be the raspberry lime flavor that I'm going to be reviewing. Another citrus flavor after just reviewing the lemon flavor. Here's the nutrition facts on the can. If you would like to see for yourself, seeing is believing, and I have never lied on this unless I'm listing ingredients that I can't actually read. So you can pause that. So that's the whole can. Well, no, there's this side. This side shows the warnings of ingesting this beverage. You have to be 21, 10 milligrams. It says the something about tuning in. So that's everything that's on the can, but the can isn't what's important. I mean, they did a good job at the advertising and marketing towards my demographic of people that grew up on MySpace. Nowadays, the Zoomers have Space Hey, which is a knockoff of MySpace, but that site seems completely dead. Even all of the old MySpace influencers like Ed and Shizzle and Amore Hilton seem to have dropped that. Can't imagine the Davi vanities of the MySpace era will ever come out of the shadows to come back to a site like that. So let's see what this drink tastes like. First things first, I have to pour this to actually taste it. So this drink is a raspberry limeade. The color profile of this is pure red. There's a lot of carbonation at the top of the drink sitting at the top. I'm seeing a lot of carbonation bubbles at the bottom, but it does have a very red look to it. Red with a bit of carbonation white on the top. Let's see how this sits in the mouthfeel aspect of this review. See if this tastes good on the palate. Well, the issue with a lot of the THC seltzers are if you were to just like leave this in your mouth, there's a very strong citric or malic acid. I don't know what the flavor of the sour is that you get from a thing like Atomic Warhead. It is sour, but not in the sour of, sucking on a lemon like Bart Simpson in that Simpsons episode. This is the sour of trying to impress people in grade school by eating a lot of warheads and then destroying your tongue. I know you're not supposed to drink a beverage in a way in which you just leave this in your mouth, but on the initial taste, it's very sour. You're getting a strong lime taste. The raspberry is slightly there, but heavily masked by the lime. Let's try this one more time. You can taste the notes of the raspberry, but letting this sit in the mouth, you're getting a lot of lime. It is a very sour, acidic taste. Let's see how this tastes to just drink it slowly. The raspberry that I'm getting from my personal tasting of this, which may be different than yours, is the raspberry seems to me more based on a scent that you are getting from when you initially smell this before you're drinking it. I am getting a bit of a raspberry smell to it. In terms of the taste, the raspberry only stays for a very short time before becoming the lime that you are then enjoying and riding the taste of for the second and back end notes of the beverage. This is more of a lime tasting beverage, and personally, I'm a bigger fan of limeade than lemonade, so I'm a big fan of that. The smell, though, it smells raspberry-ish. It doesn't have the smell of the lime. You're getting a lot of raspberry on the nose. It is interesting how this drink can smell so much like raspberry, but the dominant taste in the beverage is the lime. I think that in terms of reviewing a drink like this, it is again going to be your personal preference of are you more of a sweet sparkling water fan? Are you more of a citrus sparkling water fan? Do you go more for the coconut and pineapple, or do you go for the lemon and the lime? Personally, prefer the sweeter ones, but while reviewing these THC seltzers, I've noticed that the ability to mask the cannabis extract is a lot easier when you're drinking one of the more citric flavored drinks. Now, I've reviewed pretty much every seltzer that exists that's cannabis infused, and I think that Tune so far has been the best at masking the taste. Now, this doesn't taste like the heirloom black cherry, in which it tasted like Spindrift, which was kind of an odd tasting for a THC beverage. I also do want to bring up the fact that this beverage is 10 milligrams of THC. It has 0 CBD. If you were to compare this to its rival Heirloom, Heirloom is giving you 5 milligrams of THC and 5 milligrams of CBD. So if you're trying to go more for a THC beverage instead of having any CBD in it, this should just win out regardless. But I think it's up to personal preference. I think that with Heirloom, their best flavors are going to be their sweeter flavors. Nobody's going to compete with them. But I do think Heirloom I do think that Tune is probably better as a seltzer than Heirloom is as a seltzer. Heirloom does have the top of the top, and I don't know what's going to be happening with No Waves Weed Water. 7.5 ounces of beverage for $7 when you can buy this, which is 12 ounces. And honestly, personally, I think the flavor is better with Tune. Again, I already made this joke. I'm part of the Tune Squad now. I'm hanging out with Jordan. And I do think that this is probably the best of the New York seltzers. Again, Heirloom is by far the best if you're going to go for a flavorful beverage. I think that this drink masks the THC taste really well. This tastes just like a tasty limeade. I really don't get much raspberry. I don't really eat many raspberries though, so I don't really know how it's supposed to taste when compared with a lime. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will give this beverage a 9 out of 10. I think I'm giving this the same grade that I gave the lemon rose flavor. I think that, they're too similar in terms of flavor. A lemon and a lime, I don't know. They're both just citrus fruits, and they taste more or less the same to me. I mean, maybe if I were to sit down and have two and tasted them both, maybe I could pick up minor differences, but the rose didn't exist in the lemon, and the raspberry doesn't really exist in this lime, so a 9 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have been the Fancy Sipper. Thank you again, and cheers.